Hello, welcome to day 2 of the Lea Swimsuit Sew Along. Today we're going to be working on the cup portion of the swimsuit. And so for that you're going to be needing the cup pieces. You should have 2 of the main fabric and 2 of the lining fabric. We also are going to need the bra cup insert pieces. I cut mine out of my main fabric just because I love this fabric and wanted to have a little extra pop of color on the inside of my suit. You can also use your lining fabric as well. That's what you're technically supposed to use, but you can use whatever you want. And we're also going to be using our 6 strap pieces that we cut out as well. So to begin with, what we're going to be doing is sewing the straps. And so for that, you're going to fold all 6 straps in half, like this. And then we're going to be sewing them with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and trimming the excess. So I like to use my regular machine for this just because I feel like with the serger it gets really bulky on the inside when you flip them, and so I like to just use my regular machine, and I use a zigzag stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and pin these and then cut them. Okay, so we've sewed all of our straps with the right sides together. The next step to do is to go ahead and trim down all the edges so that it's nice and close to your stitching. Just make sure not to actually cut your stitching. So we're going to go ahead and do that on all of them, and then we're going to flip them the other way so that they're right sides out. So I just use a chopstick and I kind of get the pokey end on it and just kind of pull it down over the top. And then just kind of slide it. Okay, so now we have all 6 of our straps made. The next step is going to be attaching them to the front piece of the bra cup. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take one of your bra pieces and lay it flat with the right side up, and you're going to line up 3 of your straps with the top edge. And with those, you're going to want to separate them a little bit, but you're going to want to make sure that you have your seam allowance on either side. So you can, within that space, just kind of space them however you want. I'm going to put mine a little bit closer together. And just kind of clip them in place, and what we're going to do is we're going to just baste them on to this piece. So use a long straight stitch on your sewing machine to do those. So I'm going to pin both of them. So I've got my one side made. I'm going to take this side. And just make sure you kind of get the same look going on both sides so I have the same separation. Okay, so now that we have those clipped, we're going to go ahead and baste them. Okay, so now that we have basted the straps to the mane, we're going to work with the lining pieces to get those ready to be attached. And so you're going to open up both of your lining pieces and have them, I like to have them facing each other so you can kind of tell which one is which side. So you can tell you have them both going the right way. And the next step is to finish the top edge of the bra cup lining. So I went ahead and did that just with my serger and just did that line. And then you're going to line up and pin it in place with your lining. And you're going to go ahead and baste those pieces together. So you're going to line them up, and then you're going to baste this part right here and this part right here. Okay, so I have gone ahead and basted those together. So the next step is going to be to attach the main piece with the strap to the lining. So what you're going to do is you're going to line them up right sides together. And you're going to go ahead and pin those together on this side. And make sure that you don't catch the straps when you sew the, so that just be careful that you have them in the middle and properly sandwiched so that you don't accidentally catch one of those when you're sewing. So I'm going to go ahead and pin. Okay, so I have both of mine clipped, so I'm going to go ahead and sew them. I like to use my regular sewing machine for this step instead of my serger. Okay, so the next step is going to be to attach the cup elastic piece. And so what you're going to want to do is flip over to your lining side. We're going to be attaching the elastic to the lining side. So to start with, I marked the midpoint on each of my pieces of elastic. And now I'm just going to fold my cut piece in half to find the midpoint and clip my elastic to the midpoint on each of those. And then using your regular machine, you're going to attach that. So you start at one edge and stretch it tight to attach. Okay, so now that we added elastic to the middle edge, we're going to go ahead and flip it right sides out, and we're going to baste the arm side together. So the final step for today is to run 2 lines of basting stitches right along this bottom edge between the 2 marks on your pattern pieces. And then go ahead and gather those. And then tomorrow we'll work on attaching them to our bodice.